his life is so crazy and insane, you know. I don't know, 7 lives or something, you know. It's so full with adventures and ups and downs and dramas and I don't know, happy endings and whatever. So it was a very strong material in a way. So I had the opportunity to do one film, but it feels like I'm going to do like 3 films. Really what interesting me, you know, like to have a film which goes from one genre to the next, you know, and all together, hold together by the same character. When I had the material, I think that the key change was like, how can I adapt it that this film also works for people who don't know nothing about Qatar, who are not into hip hop. I don't know, people from Japan, you know, that was kind of like, I was always thinking about that audience, you know. So when I did changings, I wouldn't call them really changings. I would say I did translations, you know. I translated from a fan book into my film. Well, first of all, Emilio was an actor my wife discovered. She did the casting, and we were all very surprised. I was very surprised. The first thing I said to my wife was like, this guy is way too handsome. You know, Xatar is not that handsome, you know, and I have this handsome 6-pack guy, you know, who's really jumping out of a magazine like GQ or something, you know, like what's going on here? And she convinced me saying that he's a very good actor. He is a very physical actor. He likes to work with physics. And so when I met the guy, I thought like, yes, he's too handsome, but he was like very ambitious to play that part because he had that image of like, you know, the kid who all the girls had a crush on, you know, the sweetheart, and he wanted to break out of that. And so what he did was he was hanging around with Xatar day and night, you know, learn how he moves and learn how he speaks and all that. And then he starts to eat, you know, and gain like 40 pounds and training, like getting like muscles, you know. So shaved his hairs, you know, let this beard stand, and suddenly he became that character, you know, another version of the character, a more glamorous version of the character, in a way, a more, but not too much, handsome way of that character, but he was that character. So yes, he's a very striking actor. Xatar for himself had the same issues like I had. So like, man, people in the street will never accept this. A couple of weeks before the film came out, I was with one of my kids in a basketball court. I think it was with my daughter. She was young, and I was trying to teach her like skateboard, you know. And there were some kids, and they were listening to Xatar music on a ghetto blaster. And I was like, will you watch the film? And they were like, no. And I was like, why? And they said, because this Emilio guy is acting that guy. That guy is never Xatar. But when the film came out, he convinced everybody and their cousins. So it was a huge success. I think it's a good film. I mean, it's a cinematographic experience. When the film came out, it was right after the COVID lockdowns, you know, so people were like very hungry. I knew about that. I felt that before I made the film. I felt that people are hungry for an event. So when I did the film, I tried to make it really full. I was like, I wanted to do a generous film. Like, okay, you guys, you were at home, you were on your couch, you were watching your Netflix, you know, now it's time to go back to the cinema, and the cinema is so much bigger than whatever you see on your television, you know. So I packed the film with genres, with action, with humor, you know, with characters, with locations. I made it such a cinematographic experience that it gives like a strong impression to the audience, you know. It's a gift for the audience. And so many people who saw the film saw it again and again and again. You know, they saw it many times because the film is so rich in a way. You know, so I think that is one of the reasons why that film hit a nerve here. I mean, the film is very much like it shows the love to the cinema, very much. You know, and I think the audience feels that this is a cinematographic experience.
これはやがてスーパースターとなる男の規格外に破天荒な実話。底辺生活から成り上がるため荒稼ぎを重ねてきたカター。最後の手段に打って出るもあえなく逮捕。人生積んだと思ったらドイツNo.1ヒットを飛ばすラッパー誕生までの驚愕のサクセスストーリー。ラインゴールド。